Hello, I am ToiletJon, and welcome to John Talks. Today, we're talking about starting over. And starting over can be a difficult thing depending on what subject matter you're talking about. Maybe you got to start over at work. Maybe you got to start over your career. Maybe you got to start over the way you think. But we're going to break it down. I'm going to talk a little bit, and hopefully that helps you. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. I'd like to thank everyone who has been watching. It seems that people have been enjoying this for what it is, and I appreciate that. So recently, for me, I lost my Minecraft account because of the migration. Now I'm ToiletJon with an H. Still looks weird. But now I got to start over in Skyblock. It's a small thing in comparison. Worse things are happening out there in the world, but it's still starting over. And there's something simple, I guess, about starting over. No rank, no wood, no pets, no coins. Just a cobblestone minion and Jerry. And that's cool, you know? I think sometimes we overcomplicate life. I think we get over obsessed with the things that don't matter, like ranks on a server, fictional gold, our rankings of seed and wheat proportion. Or maybe sometimes we overreact on our real life when we lose a friend, when we lose a family member. I don't think there's any proper way to start over, any proper way to grieve that. But all I really know is I've had to start over a lot in life. And it can sometimes feel like you don't have the best luck. Because one day, everything's fine, and then the next, you're presented with the option of, not even an option, just the obstacle of, this is now your new life. And you have to deal with it and get by. Sometimes there isn't really an answer to why bad things happen. You know, for example, my YouTube channel got hacked a few years ago, and there was no right answer or wrong answer. And I was very frustrated with it, and I thought I was going to have to start over again. And I was really angry at the time. And I think if it happened now, I wouldn't be as concerned. I'd be upset, of course, but I don't think I would have panicked and took that anger out on people that I cared about. People who are close to me just tried to comfort me, just kind of like that people were doing when the Mojang thing happened for the Minecraft account. Another smaller example. And I've never been good at accepting kindness. I don't know why, but it's just hard for me to do. In that vein, starting over can sometimes be the most difficult thing that you can do. I remember when I was 16 years old, I worked at a 18-wheeler company, cleaning the backs of 18-wheelers and painting them. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I really liked the job. In fact, I loved that job. It was simple. I went to work. I got paid in cash every Friday, and I would give my grandfather money for the Ford Taurus, my first car. And I got fired from that job when I turned 17. The reason that I was let go is because he wanted someone older with more experience, and paying me what he was paying me just didn't make sense, and I understood it. And yet, it still hurt, but it was just another time that I had to start over. Luckily, around that time, I was doing the YouTube thing, and I was working with a guy named Corey, and I was lucky enough to work with him for a few years. But that also ended, like most things, and it's not anyone's fault. Corey was a good guy to me. He just had to go another direction, and I didn't want to follow him. In fact, I probably could have stayed around as much as I wanted to, but I just chose not to because I felt like he was doing me wrong in some way when he never owed me a thing. And that's another thing that I've had to get over in my life, is feeling like I deserve something for my time, even though I don't. He made a lot of Fortnite channels, and he kind of blew up doing that. And it was surprising to all of us, people who worked with him, and we thought we were going to go with him, but it just didn't happen. That's fine. But again, when that happened, I had to start over again. And I met some other people, and that friendship ended. You know, and it's not a bad thing when friendships ends. You know, it just means it's the start of something new. And after that, after I worked with them for about 4 or 5 years, maybe a little longer, some of them, I started doing my own thing. And then when I realized that wasn't working, I had to start over again. Between there, the channel got hacked. My grandfather passed away. I went through changes in my life as a person. I met people who made my life happy. I met people who helped me. And even now today, I've started over. I have people who help me, people who are friends. And I don't want to say that it's easy starting over, because I feel like sometimes you hold those emotions in. I don't like expressing myself in that way, because I was never brought up to be expressive, at least when it comes to true emotion. Usually you just keep that to yourself. And through all that, through starting over again and again and again, the only constant thing that was always there was me. My family's been there for me. Some of my friends stayed with me. And you guys have been here. But I don't really talk to you guys like this, you know? Because I don't think this is what people want. It's not funny, it's not entertaining, it's not a goal. You know, starting over sucks. And then you look around and there's nothing here. And it brings you down a little bit, because you see what you built and then it's gone. But again, starting over is not a bad thing. Sure, things may not be like the way they were with you, or the way you started to live your life. Maybe things are drastically different. But it doesn't mean that your life is over. The great thing about life is that it's never too late. As long as there's air in your lungs and you're capable, you can do anything. I truly do believe that. The last thing I'll say about, you know, starting again or starting over is that you're never ready to start over. And it takes a while for you to process those emotions and to be ready to continue going forward with your life. And that's fine. You should be able to take as much time as you need to realize that it is okay to keep existing. Most people won't tell you that everyone, at least me, have those thoughts of not existing. And it probably goes through your mind too. I think if I never existed, maybe some people would be a little sadder. Maybe some things wouldn't have developed the way they did, and maybe some people would have never met. I'd like to think that my existence hopefully has done some good. Even if starting over hurts, it doesn't mean the things that happened beforehand didn't happen. Starting over just means you can take that leap forward into a brand new world, to discover who you are, to discover what you're going to do next, to discover new friends, new passions, and to hopefully grow. And one day, you'll wake up and you'll see that the world is much bigger than you once thought. Thank you for listening. This has been ToiletJon. Love you guys. I'm signing out. Goodbye.